He is very close to the pole time. We could have James Brown putting in a great qualifying time here, right behind Michal Litwinski, who's starting his real lap. And James Brown is good enough for pole. He's a 10th faster through Sector 3.
Brown. He's been very solid this year.
James Ziviello coming through. He's going to finish this lap, and he's purple through 2 sectors. And he's purple through 3 sectors. Pole position for the championship leader, Felice Ziviello, at the very last second. Snatches it away from Noah Naidu. And it's not going to be a Central United P1 start after all, is it, Noah?
No, thank goodness, because then we'd get some more rigged comments in the chat, so I'm glad.
All right, so here we go. We are locked and loaded to go racing here at the Austrian ring. Let's go. Felice Ziviello gets a great launch off of the race start there. Noah falling behind very quickly. Looks like we're going to have some attacking coming in from the Shrevehart back there. That's Keelan Wynn, but Naidu closes off the inside on the race start here. Ziviello gets off to a good lead, gets a bad entry into turn number 2, though, but he is able to climb back out, and looks like Keelan Wynn is going to get the better of Naidu here. That wet pace getting the better of him already here. Do you think he's going to keep falling, Noah?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, indeed. Fleabag, I think, just had an issue. And, oh, man, look how hard it is to see through that sheet of rain. Nobody saw that coming. Here's Duncan's view, and he's just hung out to dry here. Yeah, you have no chance of seeing what's going on up there. As there's the spin up at the... You can't even see it. All you see is the dirt. And, oh, yeah, Litwinski just has to stop. Interesting, too, through a lot of the order here. Noah Naidu trying to jump up there early. Ziviello trying to close off the outside. Naidu not going to get it just yet. Ziviello going to have the better line through this corner, but they are nose to nose here as Ziviello gets a better drag out of the corner. They're off the preferred racing line a little bit, which is usually good for these wet tires, in fact. Timothy Matthews still in third, but close battle with him and Naidu. As you see, not as much water being kicked up on the normal dry line. It's actually pretty dry.
Pretty thin.
Yeah, it very well could be. Shout out to the Doppler Durham weather forecast. Might have to be a segment we do in Formula Dream from now on. Josh Fobo is really scratched and clawing here, but here comes Kyle Tupper down the inside. A double overtake for Tupper. He slung it into there. Let's take another look at that. That was incredible.
Yeah, I just said that. I think Naidu took the lead for 2 Central United passes in one corner.
Yes, it was. Naidu down the inside. Naidu down the inside and Tupper down the inside as well. It's a Central United train work there as we've got some Carpinis running well as well. Easy Season had that early on issue, but he's just gotten past Josh Fobo. Saw it in the background a little bit there. Easy Season looking for a top 5 finish, which would be a great result for him coming off for Tupper. And we've got spins, and we're going to have a yellow here, surely. We've got a big stack up, huge accident. It was James Brown that somehow got involved here. And this is a massive pile up here at Austria. Let's see what happened there. We got a couple of good laps of racing in, but the rain is getting these guys. Was it Jedi John? It was Jedi John. Of course it was.
Of course it was.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Who hit the wall before all this happened? Who was
big. Jedi, I think what happened, I think Kyle Tupper. Yeah, Kyle Tupper's pulling off the track because he's got an issue. That's exactly what happened. Kyle Tupper had an engine failure or some kind of failure. Pulls off to the side, and somebody doesn't see him and clips him. And yeah, Fobo is right there, gets spun. And then everybody just piles on in.
It looks like one of the Shrevehart threw him into the wall.
Here. There's the Shrevehart in front. We might get a view of that as well. Because this right up in front of us, I believe, is the Shrevehart and Josh Fobo. Yeah, everything that happened. And you just see the visibility is so low. Probably one of the bigger ones we've seen here in Formula Dream. And interesting. That was Fonte, actually, that turned him. Let's see if there's any malice in that, or if it was just no harm, no foul. We'll see the driver data, see if she even bothers to lift here. Oh no, it's unprompted. Fobo just spun on his own there. And, almost took out Timothy Matthew. In fact, I think he did take out Timothy Matthew, so under the safety car, the lights are off. That's a bold call there. But pretty much everybody that hasn't stopped yet is going in. I think, no, I still don't know why they didn't do it earlier, but I think the call here is everybody else is going to have to pit again. They're going to try and run to the end. And hope that everybody else has to go in again, which they should, on the wet tires especially. if you're on the wets right now, you're going to have to pit in again at some point. So, car coming on in, the mass exodus into the pits, but the green flag is out, and Michal Litwinski leads us to the line. Jafet Barahona in P2, Will Duncan in P3, but looking anxious to try and move on up. All 5 of these guys here, Litwinski, Barahona, Duncan, Maximovich, and Durham battling for position here. Durham looking down the inside of Maximovich. Nothing happening just yet in that battle. Durham running just a bit wide. We've actually got a pretty decent pack of cars here up towards the front. So let's see how this plays. So a this is thrilling stuff, Noah, with a strategy battle. This is brilliant. It's pretty rare that we get a race to work out like this strategy-wise, but everybody's trying something different. Yeezy Season's running wide, and here comes Madison Brown. Yeezy Season makes some mistakes. The rookie struggling a little bit, and Madison Brown is going to move on up to be the one to inherit the lead. Yeezy is trying. Yeah, they're falling very fast. They're going to have to get in stat here, which they are, obviously, this time around, but Madison Brown is now the leader of this race as things stand, and she could potentially be able to take this all the way to the end. This could be a brilliant statement victory for Madison Brown. Alex Martin looking for a way by as well. Madison Brown not having a great lap here. Could potentially lose the spot to 2 separate drivers, but for now it's just going to be one. Yeezy Season is now leading the race here in Formula Dream, something that he has very rarely done. But they will be happy about that over in the Carpini camp, won't they?
Oh, for sure. They've had a rough start to the season, so they...
See who is willing to switch onto the wet tires, if anybody is. Noah, do you think anybody's going to?
It might be a follow leader type thing. Some of the people on the top start doing it, but then at the same time, people in the back might just risk it. So I don't know if anybody's going to make that call.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get a caution.
Yeah, caution would definitely throw a big wrench into this thing, which slick tires on wet track could definitely cause that, but see the rain light now back on the back of Yeezy Season's car. That means there is some precipitation being detected.
Back again. Looks like Nato and Fonte going back and forth right now.
Yeah, let's take another look. Madison Brown down the inside alongside Yeezy Season. That is a heck of an overtake there. As Yeezy's gone back through, hold the phone. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one. As they are trading places here, but Yeezy Season saw a chance to go down the inside, took the risk going onto the wet line, and just absolutely overdrove it into the corner, and it worked out very well for him there. Yeah, definitely something to watch. Also something to watch is just the overall safety of the drivers here. As Fonte goes fastest to 151. Just at a quick glance, it appears she's the first driver to glance down into the 151 range. Nobody else has done that, so obviously the track is still pretty quick.
The fifth down is about 2 seconds quicker.
As yeah, she's green on her own sectors, but they're losing most of their time in Sector 2. As hold that thought, here goes Martin down the inside. Well, we got the qualifying box up, and Martin is going to take the lead of this race. But again, I don't know how long he's going to last up there. This could really just come down to a final lap shootout with how quickly these guys behind are catching up. Oh, yeah, he just pulls right back on the track, and here comes Duncan. Bang. Bullseye. As that is a very...
The top 4 are going to be very happy that wasn't a caution.
Yeah, extremely happy. They would have been screwed in that circumstance. Here's Will Duncan's view of what happened. Oh, you just can't do that. You cannot do that. Lap 16, and we've got probably a penalty for Michal Litwinski at this. So, 5 to go. We are 3/4 of the way through the race, and it's been really, really interesting. Here goes Yeezy Season past Alex Martin. The top 4 have just been absolutely interchangeable. Jedi John has just kind of sat back and watched this all happen, which, knowing Jedi John's history, I don't think is a horrible move. Yeezy Season lunging from way downtown, and he's almost going to make it work out. He's side by side, and he gets the inside. It looked like a desperate move at first from Yeezy Season to him. Oh, yep, that's way too deep into that corner. Tries to get it slowed down and collects Casey Lakatos. I think Lakatos managed to slip through that. That's incredible from Casey Lakatos to avoid an almost certain death there with Red Hawk. Here we go. Here's Casey on the outside here, and you see coming flying in from behind. It'll probably throw them around 10th as that Keelan Wynn goes fastest overall, but these leaders that are pitting right now will probably get cycled out to round P10. With all things considered. So both of the blue balls are going to pit here. Jedi John and Josh Fobo. Madison Brown has just put one in as well. Alex Martin now the only one up at the top that has not put in a pit request. So this battle now doesn't really matter up here as much. It's just going to be Martin and nobody else. Let's go back and show you what happened to cause the yellow in case you didn't see it. Here's Spencer Brown, and we saw that Jafeth Barahona had come across the track. And there he is. That's a heavy impact with Jafeth Barahona there. As there's nowhere for Spencer Brown to go. As you just see Barahona.
James Brown as well?
Yeah, the first person hit was James Brown. And it might have been Steve Durham as well there. No, it wasn't Steve Durham. It was... I don't know, actually. I thought it was one of the areas, but we'll have to see. Regardless, not what you wanted to happen. James Brown, and yeah, that is another one of the areas. Is it Casey Lakatos, maybe?
I can't tell.
It is Casey Lakatos, yeah. So Lakatos, Brown, and... let's see. Lakatos, Brown, and Brown, actually. Once again, and the yellow's going to come right back out. Something happened behind the safety car. I think we had issues trying to get started here. Yeah, there's a big pile up in the back. This is going to be the race to the finish then. Oh, it's a big pile up in the back. That's incredible stuff. This is going to be the race for the win then, up here at the front.
Behind the safety car, though.
And then we'll finish behind the safety car. Safety car's not going to come out yet. These guys are going to race to the green.
Oh, no.
The yellow's out, but they do race to the stripe here. So this is going... So here we go. We're 2 wide, 2 by 2. Marcelo Marsh defending the inside. Maksimovic looking at the outside. We're 3 wide and behind. Fonte, Madison Brown, and Steve Durham going at it. Durham is going to lose out from that one. Maksimovic up in the lead. Marsh really struggling. This is going to be a hell of a finish, folks. They're going to come up to the line here in just under a minute to finish off this race. Maksimovic still in the lead. Fonte really charging for it, though, from way downtown, starting to fall back a little bit in the order. Here we go up over the hill into one of the final corners of the race. As we are very close to the end game here. Madison Brown and Juno Maksimovic battling. Madison Brown looking to go on through on the final corner. Madison Brown overtakes. Juno Maksimovic P2. Madison Brown wins in Austria as it stands. And what a finish that was.
That was insane.